What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 22. And we start today's episode off by beginning a brand new season as our third year at Turner's Cross gets underway, or after back-to-back promotions, the title in League 2 and finishing runners-up in League 1. This season we'll be playing in the Championship, the second tier of the English Football League. And as we begin the campaign, we find out our budget for our first season in the Championship, where we've got over £6.5 million for season 3. I'm starting to realise now, if you want a bigger budget, you got to make sure you leave some cash remaining in the transfer budget at the end of the season and don't buy players on pre-contracts. You know, with wage budget alteration, we're probably looking more likely to be around 5.75 to 6 million. But either way, over £6 million for season 3, absolutely buzzing. But let me tell you this right now, I think we're going to need it. Now, as you look at our objectives for Season 3, the off-the-pitch objectives, I never really worried too much about it. I've said it many times before, but if you achieve your league objective, 9 times out of 10 the ball keep you on. And our league objective this year is to avoid relegation in the Championship, and the cup objective is to reach the last 32 of the FA Cup. Last year, of course, we went one round further to the last 16 before being knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur away. So those objectives are probably in line with what I was thinking about as well. Now, of course, as we know, at the start of every single season, you hear Doxy Boy say something like, "Oh well, I think this season that if we finish in the top table, that'll be a good campaign." And the fact of the matter is, I always downplay how I feel the season's going to go, but this season, I think things are going to be different. Now, I know I say that every now and then, that I do think the challenge will be harder than sometimes it actually is. But actually, I think this season it genuinely will be, because there's a huge step up from League 1 to the Championship. I don't think there's as much of a difference between League 1 and League 2, but League 1 to the Championship is a major change. So yeah, I think this season, as Rory Keane has gone from showing great potential to exciting prospect, I tell you what, I bloody love this guy. He's one of my favourite players in this team. You don't see how good this guy is. His interceptions, he's a monster. He covers so much ground. But yeah, I think this season things are going to be different. You saw the list of teams who got in the Championship there. Most of the teams are like 3.5 star to 4 stars. As McWilliams, how gutting is this? McWilliams has gone from potential to be special to showing great potential. He's played one bloody game for us. How does that work? But yeah, it is true. There's a big change between League 1 and the Championship. And again, this year we competed with teams who are like 3.5 star to 4 star. That's a really high level to be competing at when we're a 2-star team. So I think this season, securing safety is the most important thing. Listen, I think we can get in the top 12, top 13, I do. As Bell, yes, cheeky little fist pump from me at my desk here. Bell shows great potential. Go on, Samuel. Top scorer in League 1 last year. I think top 13 is possible. I think top of the table is possible. And listen, possibly, even if we're good enough, maybe sneak in a playoff place as well, but I do believe it'll be totally different to the past 2 years. The past 2 years, I'll be honest here, I had a very good idea that we'll be going up back to back. That's exactly what happened. This year, I think it'll be a bit different. Look, I think we've got the quality to stay up. I do believe that. And of course, we're a young team, so we're going to get better as the season goes on. As I give loads of contracts here as 11 players on deals that come the end of the year. Leo, Sharkey, Nicholson, the plant got an extension, as did Maguire, Galvin and McGlade, and also Feeney, a young fullback, out as well. Yeah, this season, I think that it will be much tougher this campaign. But I think we've got what it takes to stay up, but I wouldn't expect a third straight promotion. Look, there's an outside shot of that happening, but there's an outside shot of me getting married at 30 and having my first kid at 32. Look, there's a chance, but let's just be realistic, shall we? But regardless, as you can see, 6 players got put on the transfer list: Coleman, Byrne and Bargary, who all had the deals to come the end of the year, plus Mahoney. Forsell, the Finnish midfielder who picked up back in episode 1, is on the transfer list, as is Fino. Just gave him a contract extension, but to be fair, looking at the other fullbacks I've got here, I'm okay letting him go. But as for new signings of Cork City at Turner's Cross this season, well, once I saw I had around £6 million in my budget, there was only one player that I was going to go after. We tried to get him last year on transfer deadline day. I made a gamble selling a couple of players, including Nikolai Aloalo, but unfortunately Rochdale just wouldn't let him go. But I think now we've got the cash, I had to make sure I got him no matter how much I had to pay. Yes, Gavin Bazunu, formerly of Shamrock Rovers, the Irish young goalkeeper who is of Nigerian descent, I believe. He's a permanent Rochdale player in the game, and let's be honest, with Rochdale below us in the Football League, we're in the Championship. Bazunu would see this as a step up and a move up, and at 70 rated, he definitely deserves to be playing at a higher level. So Gavin Bazunu is in for 3.3 million plus a sell-on clause, which is redundant as we have no plans to sell him throughout the course of the series. He shows great potential. He's only 20 years old. He's already 70 overall, whilst Ntumba won the Golden Glove last year. 5 ratings higher and a year younger as well. Gavin, welcome to Turner's Cross. You are our new starting goalkeeper this year. So it's crazy, like every single new season we've gone into, we've had a new starting goalkeeper. What I didn't notice though when I signed Bazunu is that the other goalkeeper that was on my transfer shortlist had been released. I didn't realise this initially, but yes, Liverpool decided to part ways with Kelleher, which is a bit of a shock really, because he's a decent young goalkeeper. Now he's 23 years old in the game. He's got 74 kicking, which I absolutely love, and 71 reflexes as well. But 68 overall, and Kelleher on a free transfer, that's an absolute bargain. Had I realised it was available on a free, I might not have bought Bazunu, although to be honest, thinking about it, I probably would have done anyway. But yeah, Kelleher and Bazunu, it's kind of funny, but they were the two goalkeepers I was targeting last year. I thought I'd have to settle for one rather than the other, one rather than both, but instead, for season 3, we've got both in. Bazunu for 3.3 mil and Kelleher on a free transfer. Thank you for letting him go, Jurgen Klopp, because I've got big plans for this young goalkeeper. I think he's great as well. The fact he doesn't show any potential in the game is quite a surprise to me. Maybe he does, but now he's 23 years old, so it's not there. But Kelleher's great, man. He's been decent for Liverpool in the games I've seen him play this season. Regardless, because of our big budget and after the signings of Bazunu and Kelleher, we still have quite a few million left over, and I decided to send our free scout out. And as promised, as we're sending Reece back to the Republic of Ireland, and Reece said to me before he left, mate, just be patient this time, yeah? Just be patient with me. I also saw Aslak Moan, our 3-star scout, and Zachary Bryan, our 1-star scout, out to different countries outside the British Isles. I did say I'd be gradually spreading out my scouting network, so Aslak's gone to his home country of Norway, and Zach has gone to Iceland. They're both away for 6 months, as Reece goes to Ireland for 9 once again. So we're gradually going to start phasing our scouts out further afield from the British Isles and Ireland as well, looking for young talents. And speaking of young talents, you just saw it. My prayers have been answered. Everyone that's been commenting on his So FIFA page has had their prayers answered. Barry Sharkey and Leo Yates now both show great potential. EA, thank you, but let's be honest here. What took you so long? I mean, seriously, these guys have been with us since basically the very beginning. They have been ever present in our starting 11. They both got in to the League One team of the season last year. They both deserved potential upgrades, and they both got it. I am absolutely buzzing. Barry Sharkey and Leo Yates, our number 3 and our number 5, ever present, 2 of the first names on the team. They are now showing great potential. I am so happy about that. Getting the Shark and Leo as well. Leo, love to see it. But also Ntumba as well, he has been loaned out. You might have seen a player conversation with me. He didn't want to leave on loan, but I thought, he's 21 years old, 66 rated. He needs to play. He was the Golden Glove winner in League One last year. He needs to play, and he's not going to get a game ahead of Kelleher and also Bazunu, our 2 new goalkeepers as well. So we loaned him out to Leganes. Talk about a step up as well for Ntumba. That's one of those feel-good football stories, released on the brink of, retiring from football at a young age to go and do something different. We take a chance on him, 1 season in League One, wins the Golden Glove. Next year, he's on a 2-year loan spell in La Liga. Talk about your feel-good stories, right? But still, also look at our academy as well for season 3. I'm going to change the position of John Gillies. He's the lowest rated player, but shows great potential. And to me, he should be playing attacking midfielder, not defensive midfield. And also, I promoted this guy, Ryan Devine. Very briefly mentioned him in the very last episode. I said he looks really good, and he certainly does. Now, I'm not going to get too excited after what happened to McWilliams, going from potential to be special to showing great potential this season after 1 bloody game, EA. How does that work? But Ryan Devine has potential to be special, and I briefly touched on it in the season finale as well. He starts off right back by trade, centre back his second position, but let's be honest, here at 5'7", he's not going to get a game at centre half in this team. But to me, with the physicality, the good defensive stats, and the okay passing as well, I think he's a defensive midfielder. I think Ryan Devine, with the high stamina too, 77 stamina, I think he should be a defensive midfielder alongside Rory Keane. Patrick is now a right back. We don't really have an established partner for Rory through the middle. I think Ryan could be that partner in crime in the holding midfield role. So we're going to change position. It'll only take 4 weeks to get him that. And I think you could be seeing a cheeky little upgrade boost. Upgrade to the overall when Ryan completes that in 4 weeks' time. I signed 2 more players on free transfers, by the way. Patrick Sobel, is that how you pronounce that? A young Irish striker who's 6'6". Very low finishing. I need to train that up. But 6'6" striker, 55 overall. Just for more depth in that position, because of course we released Davis at the end of last season because he was, let's be honest, pretty rubbish for me. And also Stephen Brown, a 6'6" centre half who looks really good as well. Probably good enough to be on our bench right now. 62 overall. And as to the World Cup as well, I did mention it. World Cup 2022 was played. England won the World Cups. You know, I'm pleased to see that. As for Ireland, though, unfortunately, they were knocked out in the group stage. Egypt and France finished above them. They made it through the group, and Republic of Ireland were knocked out in the group stage in the World Cup 2022. I'm going to say it's because he didn't take any of our players apart from Rory Keane. Rory Keane is the only one that went there, and Bazunu was there as well, I noticed after I signed him, but no one else made it. No one else made it. Irish FA, come on now, start calling up some of my youngsters. You know Cork City have got the future of Irish football at best interest, so come on, start giving them call-ups to the national team. Regardless, following that, I did decide to sell quite a few players. I rejected a loan bid for Kelleher. Basically, I put Kelleher and Timber on loan list, and whoever went out first would mean the other one would stay. But Coleman got sold. He was out of contract at the end of the season. Byrne and Bargary, I believe, also got sold. I know Bargary got sold. I can't remember if Byrne did now. But Bargary got sold as well. Did Byrne get sold? I think he might have done. I can't remember now. Okay, maybe he didn't. But Bargary definitely got sold as well. And yeah, I am going to start cashing in on a few players now. We've got a really decent amount of squad depth. We're getting some great players through the academy. So there are players again like Coleman and Bargary and Byrne that are going to be going. And for Morrissey, the club captain, I'm not against selling him now. We've got some really good depth in this team in midfield. He's only 61 overall, he's 30 years old. Is it time to part ways with the club captain in our 3rd season? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Regardless of the first game of the new season here, away at the, would it be the Ricoh Arena or still St Andrews? Well, Coventry City away regardless for our first game in the Championship. Super excited for it. We've won on the opening day the previous 2 seasons in League 2 and League 1, so I was targeting a 3rd straight opening day victory away from home. But this was a really tough game. I struggled to create chances and get the ball off the Sky Blues in this game. And with a minute and a half to go, still deadlocked at 0-0, O'Hare rolls through Godden, who drills it past Bazunu on his debut, and Coventry win the game with less than a minute of normal time to go. Now, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. This season, I think, is going to be completely different to the previous 2. I'm not going to say we're going to be in a relegation dogfight, because I certainly don't want that to be the case. However, if you're expecting us to have our 3rd straight promotion this year, all I'll say is this. Think again. I can't see that happening. There's an outside chance, but that was an incredibly difficult game. We're the lowest rated team in this division by quite some distance now. I think this season is going to be, well, it definitely will be, our most challenging. Yeah, buckle up, because this is going to be a very tough, long, grueling campaign. But that went into the Court to Glory, guys. Big fan you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the season opening, please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon, featuring some more very interesting stuff going on at Turner's Cross very soon.